viewers, happy Wednesday hump day. I think it's Wednesday. I'm not even gonna lie to you, I'm not sure. I just remember looking at the news this morning on the Forex market, and we had some news. So I think it's Wednesday. I don't know, man. It's the third. Yeah, it's the third. Whatever. I hope you're doing well. Welcome back for another trading day. I'm gonna break down what we had going on, what the thought process is. Let me get back here to MES. This morning, I want to say I hesitated big time, but I actually never got the fill. So here's what I was thinking. All right, this is what I had going on. Let me bust this out so we can see a little bit better. Go ahead and get rid of this. So I'm looking at the overnight consolidation. We're just coming in. Boom, this morning we had a nice change of character. Let me hold on real quick. Just real quick. I don't want to do too much here on the daily. Let me start top down. Okay, start top down. We're coming down a little bit. We had a little bit of a down movement. Makes sense to go down. We're just absolutely ripping, stretched up. Go into the 1 hour. These indicators make it to where it's like, what are we doing? So 1 hour, you can see we're kind of in this funk, little chop sideways or whatever, but you know, we're at all-time highs, and we're not breaking up above. We're 1, 2, 3. All right, kind of coming down. We're kind of under VWAP here, so I'm like, okay, down moves make sense, but we're honestly still in an overall uptrend, so it still makes sense that we could come down here, sweep out this previous day low, and then rip up higher. We still can. We still could. We're still technically respecting this trend line. But as you come in, you see this change of character here. So this morning I was kind of watching, this caught my attention down here. The downside, I went into the 5 minute, I'm kind of looking around. Okay, I'm looking for like, where would my entry be here? You know, around, I think I was on the charts around 8 o'clock this morning looking. I kind of took a peek of them around 6 o'clock, so we were kind of consolidating, doing a little bit of movement here and there, whatevers. So we're under VWAP here. This right here is where I was looking for my fill, about the halfway, not quite there. It's a little bit, it's easier when we dial in, you'll see what I mean. But this is the idea. Okay, we're coming up here under VWAP after this change of character, which we have quite a few of them, but this change of character is a little bit more attention grabbing because it's a lot more volatility. The market's starting to wake up and move. We have 8:30, you know, right here in this area, right there. We're at 8:30 right here. So I'm looking at this moment. I was thinking about honestly getting in like right around here. I was like, oh man, it's starting to kind of make my move. We're tapping in. I kind of look for a half fill though. I'm not going to lie. Like I look for that fair value gap up here to be halfway full. I might start doing that more on the mid fair value gaps a little bit more and seeing how they test. And then when we get up to this last one, maybe look for a tap and look for a tap into it. I don't think we would have got it. We still wouldn't have got it. We would have been shy just by a couple little tickies. So I wouldn't have gotten that fill, but we absolutely would have ripped. And this was my idea that I drew up. I didn't record or screen record anything. I was on my full setup. I had my whole family with me, handling some paperwork and doing some stuff. So I just didn't get to that today, but I'm going to break down everything. Coming up to VWAP and testing this so intensely, you know, had I been paying attention and had the stones and trusted my gut, would have been a great entry. I was watching stream this morning, and I think that's kind of not holding me back, but it's making me hesitate a little bit because I'm listening to other analyzations of the market, and I don't know, I'm thinking about branching off for a little bit and trying to do my own thing and seeing how that goes. But I also am really enjoying the discipline and the thought process. So I might not do that just yet. Those are just the thoughts in my head. If you're following and you like my content or what's going on here, or if you just see this, you can see what is going on. And when I go back to replay this down the road, if I need to, then I can analyze what was going on in real time and kind of see what I was thinking and what was happening in my life. I have a lot of paperwork going on. My house, my car got completely annihilated. I have some personal things going on that's really requiring a lot of attention to detail and me to get paperwork together. And it's just going to be a busy couple days. So bear with me on this, and just, you know, if it makes sense, it makes sense. Had we have been, dude, I don't even know. I'm not even going to say had we been. Had we gotten this fill, like, dude, I would have had to pull the trigger on this one manually. I wouldn't have gotten filled. And I didn't set it up because I'm not going to lie. I'm sitting here looking like, what is the market going to do right here at VWAP? How are we going to respond? And then we just freaking melt. You know what I mean? We had news this morning, which was also made me a little bit hesitant. I'm like, oh my God, okay, so what are we going to do? You know, like, here, let me pull up the news for you so we can see. It's the third. Make this a little bit smaller for you. Actually, no, I'm going to make it a little bigger. This is what we had for news. It's the third, so, you know, we got quite a few red folders popping up, which it just makes you think a little bit, you know, which this is really the only one, the ISM services, that we need to kind of pay attention for. There's the details on what it is if you're interested. It just kind of makes you think, and you know, it makes you a little bit hesitant sometimes because you don't necessarily know what the volatility is going to do. And here, it absolutely ripped. We could have freaking banged down to this liquidity, previous day liquidity, for a nice RR, but we didn't. And we thought about it, and we're analyzing, we're documenting, we're keeping up with. Now, what I did do is a little bit irrational, and I went ahead and I'm going to be real transparent with you guys. I was on MNQ as well, watching on my other screen, and I saw we come down, and we're doing about the same thing, but MES was a little bit more choppy, and MNQ is a little bit more trendy. So you can see it's still kind of following its trend and respect. I need to go through and clean some of this stuff up. Another time, we'll do that another time. So we're still respecting this. So when you get back down into the 1 minute, here's basically what I saw and what I was thinking. This reversal was taking place, but we're also in the middle of the range. Like, look, this previous day high did get swept up here. That's a good indication to go down. This change of character, this would have been a phenomenal entry had I had been just solely watching that. It's kind of hard watching two charts, I'm not going to lie, but I'm going to get better at it, and I'm going to watch these two specifically, and I'm going to be looking for these types of movements. But it's hard to dictate too. Look, we have change of character to the upside, we have change of character to the downside, and then there's no fair value gaps to the upside. There are fair value gaps to the downside. So we would have gotten a fill on there, I think. We would have gotten pretty close if we didn't. Maybe we would have. It just depends. It's not going to be perfect every time when I put it up there. So honestly, hard to say. But we did sweep the previous day high. We did come down, but we're in the middle of this range, which made me a little bit skeptical too. Are we going to just rip down straight to it? I don't know. The MES did. I wasn't too convinced that MNQ would, but it's safe to say that we're very overextended right here. You know, just look at the CCI. Like, this is what I do like about the CCI. You can see, like, okay, we're banging down, but then we're coming up to kind of rebalance, and then we're coming back down, bang down. We're overextended again in this little range, and then we have a nice little crossover. Something I'm kind of learning and analyzing and watching to see how it plays out. I don't want to be indicator dominant, but it is helping me understand how to read the market a little bit better and how to understand what I understand. So at the same time, the handful of indicators that I do use, I appreciate. I don't think that my chart is too overwhelming. If I add anything else, I think it would be, but this is pretty much it. The CAFX liquidity over here that I use is a little bit more overwhelming, but I need to go through and fine tune this. I've not done that yet. It just basically shows you where liquidity is sitting, and I like it because it kind of gives you an idea. Okay, we might tag up here and then reverse or continue high and go looking for here. You know, I don't know. Got to fine tune that. But anyways, this morning I kind of went off of a reversal pattern and was thinking, hey, we can bang out right here. And I went through a 1-to-1, and I think I'm up. Let's see here. I made get up out my way, $85 today. So yeah, win rate's gone up a little bit. Doing all right. Let's see here. So that's what we're looking right now. We're up 126, making improvements. I'm really trying to manage this. My profit factor is 0.85. Try to increase this by focusing on trades with higher probability of success. Yeah, working on it. As you can see here, I've had this account for a while. This is the second month going into it. You might not agree with that. You might just, why not reset it and stuff? Well, because I'm trying to work on a system and stay disciplined here. Now, we could have actually caught a nice 1-to-3 or whatever, but after I hit that 1-to-1, I'm going to be real with you. I'm so mentally spent from what's going on in my personal life and what's happening that my nerves were shot. I was anxious. I was starting to kind of think irrationally. I was starting to kind of be all over the place with my thoughts. And had I held on to this for any longer, I would have basically been targeting this fair value gap. So like, this is probably where I would have liked to have gone to, which still not bad. This is a little bit tighter because the volatility was so intense after I just saw this little liquidity sweep and it kind of come down. I just decided to take a shot and hop in. Fortunately for me, it picked up, did change of character. And yeah, I just kind of noticed that I wasn't 100% locked in to what I was looking for, even though it did kind of play out. Pattern recognition, that's just not what happened and how it played, because when you break it down like this, it's probably more like something like this. So because a little bit over, I was actually only risking about $30 because once this popped up, I moved up. Like, I was like, yeah, okay, we'll come up, you know. So however you want to consider it, doesn't matter. You see what I'm up for the day and how I managed it. And that was it, man. I locked my account straight the frick down, man. I locked them down. Locked myself out. And then at 6 o'clock p.m., I'll do the same thing, and I will hop on and lock my settings for the next day so I can't hurt myself. And I like doing that. I'm looking forward to being able to hopefully get this account balance up and into the profits. But for now, I'm happy with what's going on. I'm happy with what I'm doing and how I'm learning. This is tough too, guys. I'm going to be real with you. Like the volatility, like these weeks are tricky. These moves, they're tricky, man. I mean, you know, nice V, nice W, and then like, I mean, look, like we came up into this, we didn't even come back up, you know, and like, yeah, we tapped into this liquidity reject, and like now we're going back down. So maybe we're starting to get a little bit more momentum to the downside. Maybe we just found a baseline right here, you know, and maybe when you scale out here and you kind of look at what we have over here, I would say it wouldn't be, let's see this, frick, what I got, there it is. I would say it wouldn't be crazy to think that we may find some support here. You know, I think that might be a reasonable thought process. Maybe we came down here and swept and we'll find some support and continue up higher and gobble all this up. Or maybe we just come up here and retest and then we come back down and we look for this zone over here. And we kind of carry out into this zone and see, you know, kind of what that looks like. It's a decent little level, and you can extend out over here. You can see we had some activity and quite a bit of energy through here. So, you know, I'm going to hop on a little bit earlier and kind of extend these out and see what we're looking like, clean up some of my charts a little bit. But that's what we have for the day. That's what I was thinking, and that's the move that was made. So let me know in the comments how you did today, and if you see anything I could do better, or you see anything that stuck out to you that you'd like to put a little input on, or maybe I missed something. I'm not sure, you know, but I would love to hear your feedback and your input. This is my journal. This is to help me along the way, and hopefully I can help somebody else too. So yeah, till next time, traders, which will probably be tomorrow. Even if I don't take a trade, I'll hop on here and let you know what I was thinking. Much love.